So I got to tell you this funny story. Kay and I were going to the fitting for the commercial that we were about to do in another week or so for Big Lots. So we had to meet there, I don't know, I think it was like 4 o'clock in the afternoon in Santa Monica. And this particular place, this casting office where we were doing the fitting, was located way in the back alley of the street, actually. So you had to walk about 100, 150 yards from the street to get to this building. And on the side of the building was another building with a parking lot. And so I'm walking down the alley and just kind of like out of the corner of my eye, I look to my left and I see a big white floppy sun hat. I said, well, what's that? And it was Kay Darcy. So I said, hey Kay, how are you? Come on. Hey, I want to tell you something, Kay. There's no entrance to the alley where you are. It's a parking lot. It's gated. You can't come in here. You're going to have to do what I did. The same thing I did is go back out and walk around the block and come into the alley, and I'll wait for you. She said, she thought about it. She says, no, I'm not going to do that. Hold on a second. You see, she says, hold on. I want you to take this bag that I'm going to throw over the fence and just grab it, okay? Okay, all right. So she takes this, like a hand grenade, and throws the bag up in the air and over the fence, which was at least 8 feet high. I grabbed the bag and I said, well, okay, she's just going to lighten the load up and just walk around the corner. But that's not what she did. Agent 88 was in full mode. She decided that she was going to climb over the fence. And I wasn't sure exactly how this was going to happen, but she leaped onto the fence. There was a 4-foot retaining wall on the bottom, and on top of the retaining wall was about another 4 feet of cyclone fencing. She, from her parking lot for where she was, she jumps on the wall and starts climbing up this wall, this fence actually. And I said, Kay, what the hell are you doing? You're gonna kill yourself. Stop it. She says, no, I'm okay. So I said, all right, let me watch this. So she gets to the top of the fence, and I'm just like looking like this. And I say, please don't fall. Please don't fall. And she puts her leg over the fence, and now she's straddling the top of the fence. 1 foot on her side and 1 foot on my side. And I said, okay, let's see what's going to happen here. So eventually, she's kind of like getting her balance. And at that time, I got a hold of her leg because if she was going to fall, I was going to grab her. But she didn't fall. She just was ready to take the leap and put the other leg over the fence. And her leg that I'm holding by the ankle is about 6 inches from the wall. I was trying to put her foot down on the wall so she can then, get a good footing. So this took a couple of minutes before she was able to put her other foot over the fence and get a hold of the wall and climb down. So now she's on my side of the fence on top of this wall, which is still pretty high. So I said, give me your arm. So I take her arm, and she literally jumped off the wall from where she was, like 4-foot jump. Without a beat, just leaped off the wall. And she said, okay, let's go. Let's go to the fitting. I said, Kay, I have never seen anything like this in my whole life. How old are you? 85? And you're climbing over a fence? I wouldn't do it, and nobody I know would ever do that. So this is how Kay was. I mean, she was a daredevil. She was a force. She had no fear. And she was the kindest lady I ever met.
And I just remember Kay, just, as little as she was, just a bundle of energy. She could just light up a room. We had an event, a bonfire night, which we don't celebrate in America, but you do if you're a Brit. And we had an event. It was at Timmy Nolan's on Riverside Drive in Toluca Lake. And it was kind of, even though it was kind of dark and moody in there, we were upstairs, and just the minute that Kay came up the stairs with her little voice, and she'd speak in her normal speaking voice, but then she'd go into these little characters. And, you know, she was so funny and just so lovely, so warm, so caring, so everything. She was just a wonderful human being. And her spirit just, you know, she said, oh no, darling, I can't do that day. I've got to go to Tai Chi and yoga. Oh no, I've got to do my yoga class. You know, all very tongue-in-cheek, but, you know, yoga and Tai Chi were very, very important to her. And so, you know, we'd often schedule our meetings around. She just had a way of just enveloping you within, you know, her embrace. Whenever she hugged you or gave you, you know, kisses, or, you know, she just touched you, and she touched a lot of people's lives, you know. And you can never prepare yourself for this, even if, you know, illness hadn't happened, or even if it hadn't happened this way, there's no preparation, you know. I don't care that she was 85 years old, she was gone too soon. And I know this is a celebration of her life, but I will miss her, because it's not often you see, you know, little 85-year-old women just grabbing the bulls by both horns, by both horns. Oh, that's a faux pas, Freudian slip. But she would laugh at that, wouldn't you, Kay? You would laugh at that. She would grab the bull by both horns, and committed 100%, you know, whether or not she was on, you know, whatever kind of film set it was. You know, if she had to dress up in leopard skin and tease her hair and wear a big blonde wig, Kay was there. She was your woman. She, you know, she didn't mind not taking herself too seriously, you know, and she was marvelous at what she did, and she was unique. And I am just, she's an inspiration. She was an inspiration. She is an inspiration. She will continue to be inspiring others, because she was doing it. She was working, she was booking, and she had the best working year of her life. And, you know, yeah, well, it's the universe, and this, she had an amazing journey, and she's impacted a lot of people's lives, and she's gone, but she'll never, ever, ever be forgotten. And, yeah, Kay, I miss you. I love you. You know, go have fun with those angels. They don't know what's hit them. Love you, darling, always.
Kay. What I want to say about Kay, I want to say what a blessing she was in my life. I want to say what a blessing she was in everybody's life. She just, everybody I'm bumping into is just saying, I can't believe it. I can't believe she's gone. And I keep saying, she's not gone. She's right there in your heart. She's as close as your heart. She's just never going to leave us. She's never going to leave us. And I want to say to her family how blessed, how truly blessed you are to have had such a wonderful teacher in your life. And teachers come in all stripes, but Kay was just wonderful example for me to live by, for sure. And I've never met anybody as optimistic and hopeful and positive and hardworking. She just never stopped. She just never stopped, and had just the most positive attitude. She sparkled. She just sparkles, and she continues to sparkle. She twinkles right along with me. I was blessed to see her Tuesday night after she got into the hospital, in a state of shock. I just was in a state of shock. But by the time I left that room, which had like half a dozen people over here chatting away and having, you know, just connections with one another, but I had some alone time with her, and it was just so sweet to just tell her how much I love her, and just be there with her for that little bit of time. And there was a feeling of peace in that room. It was just peace, and it has been with me ever since. I think of her a lot, just a lot. I'm sure we all are doing that now. It was such a shock, and Kay was never gonna not be there, and now she's here. She's here. So yeah, wonderful teacher, wonderful friend, beautiful spirit. She will be missed. She will be missed terribly. The planet will miss our Kay.
Me, the child within. When you lie on the grass with your feet in the air, when you roll down a hill and get burrs in your hair, when you climb up a tree and the branches are sails, and below there's a boat being tossed by the waves, when you hang upside down from a bar in the park, and you know your skin's fur as your voice starts to bark, when the shadowy places outside and in become dens, lairs, and hideaways, then you begin to know that there's freedom in just being you. You can do all the things that they're asking you to, but when they're all done and you're left on your own, who knows what will crawl out from under a stone? The key is the mystery and just being free. And then there's the blessing of just being me.